I'm not being heard, and now the attorney that they did appoint me, finally 8 months, 9 months later, her number is not a working number. I keep telling them this, and her address is to a house. It's not an actual office. So I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Rita, are you there? I guess not. I guess.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So I have a question. More or less. I want to elaborate on the case. My kids are currently facing going to Virginia. They're sending them to Virginia to my ex-abuser's mother in November. The case started back in July of 2020. Someone said I sold and smoked marijuana. I've never had drugs in my system, done hair follicle tests, never had drugs in my system. They said they were going to close the case. About 5 months later, they popped up that December and said that the case wasn't closed because they couldn't get a hold of me to send me the documents that the case had been closed. So by January, they wanted me to take my youngest son, my baby, to the doctor, and they had said he was failure to thrive, which he's always been failure to thrive. So after a couple of visits to the CPS contracted doctor, they wanted me to admit my son into the hospital. I told that doctor, I was like, give me a second, I'm going to go to his regular doctor, and if she says the same thing, I'll bring him back here and I'll admit him into the hospital. So that's what I did, and his regular doctor told me to tell them people to leave me alone and that there was no reason for them to stick around. They were trying to find something to take my kids on. So that's what I did, and I told them if they didn't leave me alone, I was going to file harassment. Well, they took my oldest son, which at the time was 4. They took him from daycare 3 days later and made me turn in my other 2 kids. So I have 3 baby boys in the system right now. And once they took my kids, I complied. I paid for a parenting class. I've done the drug test. I've done everything, even got an apartment because at that time I was living in the hotels. They haven't done a home visit. The caseworkers ignoring me. Like, during court, they said something about drug problems, and there's never been drug problems in the case. It's just like I'm not being heard, and now the attorney that they did appoint me, finally 8 months, 9 months later, her number is not a working number. I keep telling them this, and her address is to a house. It's not an actual office. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. Like, I know you're out of Dallas or Houston, so I'm trying to see, like...
No, I'm out of Los Angeles County in California.
Okay.
But you know...
Can you point someone in my direction?
I can, and I forget what city he's in Texas, but he's an excellent lawyer. His name is Matthew, and I can't remember Matthew's last name. But if you go on my YouTube channel, CPS Strategy Consultant, there's a video of him on one of our shows, and he gives us his name, his email, and his telephone number. And he's from Texas.
Okay.
All right. And he's an excellent attorney. If I were you, I would give him a call and see, because it sounds like you might need another lawyer. I mean, if you can't get in touch with your lawyer and the phone's disconnected and it's, I'm not surprised that, it's not an actual office. Some attorneys work out of their home and use their home as the office, especially during COVID. But if the number is disconnected, that's a problem. You can go on the state bar website for Texas and look your attorney up and get his or her contact information, the address and the telephone number.
It's just crazy that the case is going on, and it's like, it's a CPS contracted doctor's opinion versus a doctor that's seen my son since birth. And then 2 months ago, they deemed the doctor that got my kids taken away for medical neglect because I didn't want to take him back and admit him into the hospital. He's deeming it genetic mutation. So basically saying, yeah, he is okay. He's just small.
Well, have you had a trial?
No. I've had 3 court cases, and they're getting ready to send him to Virginia with my ex-husband's mother. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my ex-husband got charged and put in jail for domestic violence. So it's crazy.
So you need to have a trial so you can prove to the judge that it wasn't medical neglect, that it was, you know, something that the child is born with, and so that you can win your case and get your children back. But you're going to have to talk to your attorney about that. And if your attorney has a disconnected number, you're going to have to find another attorney or try to get a correct phone number. You know, the court that appointed that attorney should have the attorney's contact number, or you can look the attorney up on the Texas State Bar website. Okay?
Okay. All right, perfect. I've been trying to get a hold of you for months. I'm so glad, like, that I got a hold of you. I think I'm going to go ahead and look up that, what did you say, Matthew, on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I
can't get a hold of him.
I can't think of his last name. Aaron, if you're
Vince,
still... Yeah.
Looked on the channel.
What?
I just did some research. I just looked on your channel. CPS strategy consultant. Is his name Matthew Harris?
That's it. That's it.
CPS, tangible tips for families with a CPS case.
Yeah, that's the guy. Did you write that down, Kenrita?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Hey, Kenrita, I want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening. Call us back in 3 or 4 weeks. Give us an update, please, on what's going on with your case, okay? All righty.